Welcome to the official How to Play video for Champions of Miyandir. The goal of this video is to give you a basic overview of the game. Although the best way to learn is to play with someone who already knows how to play, it can be helpful to know a bit about the game before jumping in for the first time. Champions of Miyandir is a turn-based card game designed for players who love deck construction and free-for-all multiplayer interaction. To play a game, each player assembles a deck of cards and brings it into the game. It's best experienced as a 4-player free-for-all, but can also be played 1 versus 1. Each game of Champions represents an unfolding story being told within the fantasy world of Miyandir. The goal of the game is to be the first player to score 20 points. We'll go over how points are scored later, but first, let's talk about the cards. There are 5 types of cards in the game: Denizens, Locations, Items, Tactics, and Campaigns. For the sake of simplicity, we'll only mention 3 of the 5 card types in this video. The first card type we'll cover is the Denizen card. Denizen cards represent people and animals who call Miyandir home. They're the characters within the unfolding story of the game. The number in the top left is the Denizen's gold value. A card's gold value is used to determine how much gold it costs to play. Gold is the primary resource of the game. The symbol below a Denizen's gold value denotes its alignment. A card can be aligned to one of 5 alignment types. Here's how the alignment mechanic works with card costs. If you share an alignment with a card you're playing, the card's cost is simply equal to its gold value. If not, the card costs 2 extra gold to play. This extra cost is called alignment tax. The number in the middle left is the Denizen's power. A Denizen's power determines how much damage it deals when it attacks and defends. The number in the middle right is the Denizen's health. Cards with health can be attacked and dealt damage. A card's health decreases when it takes damage, and if its health is decreased to 0, the card is removed from play. If a card has any abilities, they'll be written in the text box on the bottom portion of the card. The next card type we'll cover is the Location card. Location cards represent various places within the world of Miyandir. They set the stage for the story. Playing location cards is the most common way to become aligned. Many locations have an ability that will align you to one of the 5 alignment types. Unlike Denizen cards, location cards don't cost gold to play. However, like Denizens, locations have health and get removed if their health becomes 0. And finally, we'll talk about item cards. Item cards represent tools and equipment which help denizens to reach their goals. Like denizens, items have a gold value, which means they cost gold to play. However, item cards are always unaligned, which means you never have to pay alignment tax when playing them. This makes items quite versatile as a card type. Items also have health, just like denizens and locations. Now, we'll go over how points are scored. Some denizen cards have the unique subtype. Unique denizens have abilities that score you points when they're in play. Each one has its own unique way of scoring points. They're like the main characters in the story that each game represents. A Champions of Miyandir deck must have at least 1 unique denizen in it, and one of those unique denizens must be designated as the deck's champion. Your champion represents the protagonist of the story, from your point of view. A deck must have exactly 51 cards, 1 champion card, and 50 non-champion cards. A deck can have up to 2 copies of any non-unique card, and up to 1 copy of any unique card. To set up a game, each player does the following. 1. Place your champion face up in your champion zone. You'll be able to play your champion from this zone later. If your champion gets removed after being played, it goes back into this zone. 2. Shuffle the rest of your deck and place it in a face-down pile beside your champion zone. 3. Roll dice to decide who will go first. 4. Draw 7 cards from your deck. This is your hand. 5. Complete a mulligan. To do this, put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck, draw back up to 7 cards, then shuffle your deck. 6. If it's a 1 versus 1 game, the player going second produces a supply cash token. This is a special location given to the second player to make up for the disadvantage of going second. Once everyone is ready, the game begins. During your turn, you can perform the following turn actions: begin the turn, play cards, use activated abilities, make attacks, use the free draw action, abandon a location, sell an item, reset your hand, end the turn. There are 9 turn actions in total, but for the sake of simplicity, we'll only mention 6 of the 9 turn actions in this video. Beginning the turn. Beginning the turn is the first action you perform each turn. When you perform this action, you gain gold equal to the number of turns you've taken this game. For example, when you begin your first turn, you gain 1 gold. When you begin your second turn, you gain 2 gold, and so on. Once you perform this action, you can take other turn actions. Playing cards. You can play cards from your hand or champion zone as long as you have the gold to do so. Playing cards is the primary way to progress your game plan. Using activated abilities. Some cards have activated abilities that can be used once they're in play. An activated ability can be used up to 1 time each turn to produce an effect. There are 2 types of activated abilities: paid abilities and conditional abilities. Paid abilities cost gold to use. They're written as cost: effect. Conditional abilities don't cost gold, but can only be used if a specified condition has been met. These abilities have special keywords that represent their activation conditions. They're written as condition: effect. For the sake of simplicity, we won't cover the different kinds of activation conditions in this video. Making attacks. Denizens can attack other denizens, items, or locations. To make an attack, you do the following. 1. Choose one of your denizens to be the attacker. 2. Choose one of your opponent's denizens, items, or locations to be the defender. 3. Have the attacker deal damage to the defender equal to its power. Then, if the defender is a denizen, have it deal damage equal to its power to the attacker. Keep in mind that a denizen can't attack on the same turn it entered play. Using the free draw action. Once each turn, you may use the free draw action to draw a card from your deck. Keep in mind that your hand is considered full if it has 7 cards. If you draw a card while your hand is full, you must place the card back on top of your deck. Because of this, you should only use the free draw action when your hand has 6 or fewer cards in it. Ending the turn. Ending the turn is the last action you perform each turn. You do this when you're done with your turn. When you perform this action, you lose all unspent gold, then pass the turn to the next player. Note that with the exception of the first and last turn actions, there is no prescribed order in which you must perform turn actions. For example, you could make an attack, then play a card, make another attack, activate an ability, use the free draw action, then play another card. You win the game if you're the first player to score 20 points. Keep in mind that a game has 10 turn cycles, which means that each player can take a maximum of 10 turns before the game ends. Because of this, it's possible for a game to end before any player reaches 20 points. If this happens, the player with the highest score wins the game. Congratulations! If you've made it this far into the video, you're ready to start playing. Although a lot was left out for the sake of simplicity, playing with a friend who already knows the game will fill you in on everything else you need to know. You can connect with friends and play for free using the Champions of Miyandir browser app. If you don't already have a play group, you can find one easily on our Discord server. Links to both are in the video description. If you'd like to learn a bit more before playing your first game, check out our example game video, where we showcase the basic game mechanics covered in this video, as well as a few other mechanics that weren't covered. Link to that is also in the description. We hope to see you there. Bye bye for now.